everyone, it's Creatrix here, and welcome to the next episode of BJD Next Top Model. Now last episode, Mui and Richie were in the bottom two, and you guys chose to have Richie stay and to have Mui go home. So I now get to start out this episode with Mui calling a taxi to go home. No, we're not going to throw a party, we're going to call a taxi. So I've decided that this episode, we're going to let Jason here adopt a cat because he really likes cats. Richie is an animal lover. I think we might have one more animal lover. So I thought it would be fun to get them all a cat to interact with. And who knows, maybe the cat will be funnier than the actual BJDs. You really never know, so. But first, we're gonna... Really, guys, you haven't cleaned this kitchen yet? And, oh dear. Jason, maybe you should put down, like, are you making waffles? I think you should put those down. Or maybe consider going to the bathroom. Or cleaning up, or... Yeah, we gotta take care of this, guys. I swear, we have, I think, at least 2 neat Sims in this house. You'd think one of them would go and, you know, fix this awful mess. It's hot dog hell over here. Time is ticking down. Will Jason make it to the bathroom, or will he sacrifice his dignity for the sake of waffles? Not much time is left. Jason! No! Please don't do this! The waffles aren't worth it! And now, guys, for the second time this season, we witness Jason peeing himself. It looks like he does not know how to properly use the bathroom. Now, that is impressive, though. The projectile puddle. I don't even know. I have, like, no words for that. So, we're gonna have Jordan adopt that cat now. Then hopefully he can clean himself up before Kitty actually gets here. So, let's see. Let's go to... where is it? Under services? Yeah, adopt a pet from shelter. So here are our choices. We have Sassy. She is an adult. She is also a girl, and she's non-destructive, skittish, and friendly. Well, might be a good choice for the house. There's Bella, who is also a girl, and she's an adult, and she's playful. There's Pepper, who is an older guy. He's adventurous, so he'll die off sooner. Which, okay, that sounded really awful. He is old. I like his little face. Then there's Wesker. She's a girl and she's clueless. There's Sassy. An older girl and she's a genius and destructive. And then Mr. Pickles. He is an adult male. He's destructive and skittish. Alright, so these are the ones we can choose from. And I will choose the cat, but you guys can choose the name for the cat. So how about that? So yeah, just put down like anywhere in the comments the name you like for the cat, and I'll choose one, either like the most popular one, or if like there's just like a bunch of names, I'll just choose one like at random. I'll do some sort of like drawing or something. So I kind of like Pepper's face. But I think Wesker is a really interesting looking cat. Mr. Pickles has a fun name, but he's going to be getting a new name, so. And then, oh, there's 2 Sassies. My. Well, Sassy Cat would probably fit the house the best. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a kitty by its toe. If she hollers, let her go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Alright, we're gonna get Sassy Cat. We'll adopt her. And like I said, put down in the comments what you think Sassy's cat name should be. Right now, we'll just keep it as Sassy. And then we'll change it next episode once everyone has chosen. So, it looks like Jason has picked up the torch that Mui has left behind and has now become the designated scolder. And he is off to scold Autumn because she snuck out of the house. She's grounded. She snuck out of the house. Where did she go? She went to school. But you know, if you're grounded, you're grounded. She was grounded for not doing well in school. Now she's getting in trouble for going to school while she was grounded. Why is everyone yelling at Autumn today? Like, seriously. Autumn is having a really hard time. People are just yelling at her non-stop. Why is she grounded again? She's been grounded 3 times. Oh, it's the kitty. Kitty's thinking about computers. Oh, it's so cute. Oh, Foxy, why don't you like the kitty? Everyone should like the kitty. You're just a party pooper. Alright guys, so it's time for this episode's mini challenge. This was suggested by a viewer. And basically, behind the scenes, I leveled up everyone to level 5 of any just random instrument so they can play for tips. And they're going to go to a public space and they're all going to play for tips, and whoever gets the most tips at the end of like the time limit wins the mini challenge. Or I might change it to whoever gets a tip wins, because also behind the scenes I've been trying to complete this challenge about 3 separate times. It hasn't been successful yet, and then my recording program crashes, so I can't even show you all those unsuccessful attempts. All I can do is tell you that there have been attempts, and yeah, so it might also turn into whoever can get a tip first will win the mini challenge. So I'm right now looking at the restaurant here because I think this is going to be the best place to find people and stuff. The last couple of times I tried this, there weren't any like people nearby, or people weren't coming to the lots. So if there's no one at the lot, then there's no one there to give tips. So I've been looking at kind of like some of the high traffic areas, and that's like the library, the gym, and like the grill. And the library was a failure because they tried there first. The gym was a failure because they tried there second. So now I'm going to try the grill because there's a lot of open area and it tends to have a high traffic of Sims. And I think this will be our best bet. I'm going to have everyone go here. And they're going to all play their instruments. And hopefully people show up so we can actually get a winner for this week's challenge. It should be lots of fun. Look, this is a non-BJD person. Yes, we might actually have some success at this challenge. Oh, and he brought a kitty cat or a doggy. Alright, I want everyone to... So just about everyone is here. No, don't leave, sir. Stay. We need you to give tips to whoever you think is worthy. You're welcome to... You can go into the restaurant as long as you come out of the restaurant. Actually might be good because that gives everyone a chance to set up equally and get their music on. I just need to get Autumn. Alright. So now you can hear this lovely cacophony of sound. And hopefully someone will come and give them tips. I love how Autumn's still sneaking around. That's really funny. Now we wait. Oh, the guy's coming back out. Maybe he'll listen to some of the music. Could you imagine if he walked out and there was just like 1,000,000 people just playing a bunch of music just like this, like not even like trying to work together, just like play all the music. He's like, I don't know. I don't know. Come on, sir. Give someone some money. Everyone is out here playing music for you. Yes. get excited. Clearly he approves of someone's music, but whose music will it be? I think we're definitely going to do whoever gets the first tip is going to win, because I don't think anyone else is going to come. So we got to see who gets the tip. Who is he going to give the money to? It's anyone's game, because everyone's about at the same level of skill. They're at level 5, so... Ooh, is he going to choose someone? No, don't leave, sir! No, don't leave! Don't leave! No! And he left. Alright guys, so I've decided to split them up. I think part of the reason people aren't coming to see them is I have like 6 sims on one lot, and I imagine the game probably has like a limit for how many sims they'll have on a lot at any given time, so that's probably why the game isn't like pushing any sims to visit the lots. So I'm sending them all to like some of the most popular areas. Like I said, we kept Ricci and Anakin at the grill, because that's a really popular place for sims to go. Foxy and Jason came to the library, because that's another popular place. And then Natalie and Autumn went to the gym. So these are places that tend to get the highest amount of traffic. And whoever gets the first tip wins. I will try my best to keep track of them. I'll see if someone makes some money from tips, and then I'll just have everyone stop and they'll tell me who made the money. And if we get multiple tips for some reason, then whoever made the most tips will win. So we already know that there's someone on this lot. But she might not be interested in listening to them. So we'll see what happens. We'll keep them here all day if we have to. For Foxy and Jason. Yeah, there's someone here. So I think there's 2 people here, so we have a shop. And then over here, no one except for the poor puppy. The man left his puppy there. Makes me really sad. But Sims should be coming here, because Sims come here a lot too. So I don't know, we'll see what happens. And Ricci, you go girl. No one's in. Oh, we have someone just walked in. See if they're. Nope, just walking right past our musicians. Oh, we have someone. I think they're listening. Jessica Willow. That's good. That's good. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We have to them. So everyone has at least 2 people, at least 1 person or 2 people. Oh, way to go, Jason. Way to go. So yeah, everyone has... Oh, everyone is after Jason. Everyone is after him. Maybe his good looks will give him the win. So yeah, so everyone has, I think, 1 or 2 people on their lot. So everyone has a chance at getting a tip. The poor puppy! I feel so bad! Oh, little doggy. Oh, they have more people coming, it looks like. Yeah, oh, they have awesome. Awesome, maybe they'll give them some tips. How are the girls doing at the gym? Not so well. No one here is interested in listening to them play. They're more focused on exercising. Oh dear. Well, I can't help it. That's what happens. I can only control Dole so much. Alright, still no one has given them any tips, it looks like. They've been listening. Someone just got a tip! I don't know who just got a tip, but someone just got a tip. I don't think it was these guys. There's no one bend over to give them tips. I don't think anyone was here. Let's see if we can find out who got the tip. I think it's going to be between Anakin and Ricci. See if we can tell. I can't tell. I don't know who got the tip. But I'm going to make everyone stop playing one at a time. I don't know who got it. It might have been Jason, maybe. I don't know. Everyone has to stop playing. Someone got a tip. And it will tell me up top who made money. The little puppy! He's just so happy! Let's see, it wasn't these two, I don't... Who got the $18? I don't know. Ricci was the one who got the, this tip, but someone did just make $18 in tips. So, I don't know if we should honor them or not, because I did say who made tips first, but also it was like whoever makes tips first, whoever makes the most tips. So since someone, like, I mean, I told everyone to stop, so I wonder who made the $18 in tips. We're just gonna add you to our family, little dog, as you got abandoned by your owner. Add to active family. Okay, guys, we also have a puppy now, so you guys need to think of a name for our adorable little puppy. He is a boy, and he's a piggy, and he's loyal, and he's adorable, and we love him. Oh, and Jason was the one who made $18 in tips. Ooh, I don't know. I don't know which rule to stick to. If we should listen to Ricci, if we should have Ricci be our winner, because she was the first one to get tips, or if Jason should be our winner, because he made the most tips, which was the original rule, was to who could make the most tips, and I did stop everyone at about the same time, so it's not like he played longer than anyone else. Actually, if anything, Ricci played longer. I don't know, so I think I will do a coin toss to decide who gets the prize this week. So, alright, so here we go. It's gonna, if we get heads, it's Ricci. If we get tails, it is Jason. So, the winner is going to be Ricci. Again, she was the first one to get the tip, so we'll keep to that rule, and she also won the coin flip. So, Ricci is our winner this week. Her prize is she gets to assign the various roles for this week's photo, or well, next week's photo theme. So, next week's theme is going to be the elements. So Ricci gets to choose who gets to be which element. So that is her prize this week. And man, Ricci's on a roll. I'm pretty sure she won the first challenge too. So way to go, Ricci. Alright guys, it is time again to enter the judging room. Once again, this is our lovely panel of judges. In the middle, the fairy is me, Angela's Creatrix. The cat is Lex. And then we have our gnome, which is Soul. And now this week's photo theme was the 1920s. I didn't have any like specific categories. It was just the 1920s, and whatever the dolls wanted to do to embody the 1920s, they got to do. Once again, our judging criteria is based on creativity, on how well the photo fits the theme, on how lifelike the doll looks, and now our new number 4, which is officially in play this round, is how well the backgrounds and the props help promote the picture, or maybe they don't promote the picture. And like I said, we also don't judge on like the quality of the camera used or the quality of props, outfits, etc. We're more focused on how well everything works to put together the photo entirely. So without further ado, we are going to begin. First, we start with Foxy. I have to say that this one I really feel captures the 1920s extremely well. You clearly have a flapper girl, and actually I really love the movement because it looks like she's doing the Charleston. I don't know if anyone has seen someone do the Charleston, but that looks like the Charleston, and I think that's really cool. And I think the movement is really original. We haven't had someone in this challenge yet try to do a picture that has movement, so I think that is pretty creative. The flapper girl might not be as creative because it's pretty stereotypical 1920s, but hey, it fits the theme. So I will say that she's lacking a little bit of lifelikeness for me personally, and I think the way that could have been fixed is if her eyes had been turned so that she was looking at the camera and engaging with the viewer, if like sort of kind of like this flirty, like, you know I'm cute, you know I'm really cute while I dance my little flapper girl dance over here. I think that's what would have really strengthened the photo, and the judges and I agree. This round I decided not to like directly read everything they said because it made the judging take a really long time, but I'm kind of summarizing everything that we discussed, and we all agreed that if she had just moved the eyes just a little bit so it focused on like the camera, it would have made her really dynamic. But the movement is still really creative, and I like the background works pretty well. It's kind of has that like a style, and it's a little lush. It could have been a little stronger, but hey, like I said, it's pretty darn good. All right, next we're gonna have Anakin. This is a beautifully composed photograph. We all really kind of love how lifelike he is. He just has this like really intent kind of stare, and it's actually kind of sexy. Is it wrong to call a doll sexy? I don't know. But it's a really good photo, and I really like how the background is really kind of lush, kind of evoking that kind of like splendor of the 1920s. And then you have that bar right there, because, you know, it was, even though there was prohibition, drinking was all the rage. We will say, though, that all of us are kind of iffy, though, about how well the photo fit the criteria of the theme. It's supposed to be the 1920s, and like if you like try to sit there and fit it into 1920s, you can kind of maybe see it. But I was like, if you didn't know that the theme was the 1920s, would you still like go, oh yeah, that's the 1920s kind of thing? Because like there's nothing about it that really indicates the time period. It's just kind of a, you know, a piece like that could easily be something you see in kind of an upscale bar today, like in New York. So I actually used my mom to help determine this. I had her come over, and I'm just like, look at this photo. Based on just this photo alone, can you tell me what the photo theme was this week? And she's like, I don't know, the 1960s? And my mom knows what the 1920s is, so it's not like she's just uneducated or unfamiliar with the time, but she's like, I don't know. And I was like, it's the 1920s, and she's like, I still don't see it. So for that reason, we feel that the photo for this week's theme is weak, because even though it's beautifully put together, it's kind of really ambiguous as to the time period. Also, I think it lacks just a little bit of creativity. I don't like to say that, because all people who enter these, take the photos and enter these competitions are clearly being creative, but some are a little more creative than others, and it's just kind of like this guy at the bar. Like I said, this could be something you would see today in like an upscale bar in like New York or something. So beautifully put together, but I don't know, does it fit the theme? Alright, next we're gonna have Autumn. And as you can see, Autumn took a very different take on this, and I actually really like it. Like, I give her major props for your creativity. Like, this is pretty amazing. As you've seen so far, as you will continue to see, most people did flappers. And she took a completely different approach here. She actually told me, she's like, I wanted to show the non-wealthy, the non-splendiferous side of the 1920s. And yeah, she shows kind of what it was like for like the working family, like out on the farm, and I like that. I like how lifelike Autumn looks in this picture. You can see just she's working. She has like, you know, I actually can almost hear like her eyebrows furrowed. She's like a guy who do the laundry. Yeah, we all agree it's an extremely striking photo. And yeah, I mean, obviously the props in the background. I mean, it's probably was the most ingenious use of the entire set. One thing that we're all just a little bit, once again, about is kind of the time period and time placement, because when I initially saw it, I was thinking, this might be a little too Dust Bowl from like the Depression, and that was the 1930s. So I did sit down to do a little more research, because I admit that while I'm pretty well versed on the 1920s, I do tend to focus more on the flappers and, you know, the kind of the Great Gatsby, rich, wealthy aspect of it. So I wanted to look and see, well, what was it like to see the poverty in the 1920s? And it was actually pretty spot on, between her hair kind of being pulled back in kind of that short way, and the outfit. But I mean, I will say that it's maybe a little ambiguous, but you can still kind of place it in that 1920s period. So, alright, next we have Natalie. I have to say that we all really enjoyed the kind of smoke effect for this picture. I really like that. I kind of like the sultry feel of it, because it was 1920s was kind of a time when women were starting to get like loosey-goosey and stuff. But I have to say that other than the use of the smoking and kind of that sultry pose, the rest of it kind of falls a little flat for me. The background, I don't know, like I wish it was kind of like darker or richer, kind of like the velvet that Anakin used and whatnot, because it's just kind of like this weird beige color, and it doesn't, I just don't see how it plays into the rest of the picture. I also, like all the judges now were looking at it, and we're just trying to figure out something, because there was something about it that just didn't seem to settle right, and we think it's just, it also doesn't necessarily scream 1920s. The only reason like you would know is because of that feather, and we weren't sure how we felt about a photo who like kind of big purpose and thematic, like the thing that showed the theme was just a feather on her forehead. So we just felt, and also there's a little bit of deadness in her eyes, and I always am looking for liveness, and it's just, it doesn't, something about it just doesn't seem quite natural. Something is off. So yeah, the smoking, like that kind of smoking thing really kind of looks nice, but I mean, there's a lot of smokers in many eras, and I don't know. We just don't know. And then finally we have Ricci, and once again, I adore Ricci's photo. She is just throwing her hands in the air, kind of like almost embracing like the great big wildness that was the 1920s, the roaring 1920s as they call it. I love the background. It actually reminds me of the title sequence of The Great Gatsby, the new movie, that kind of design, and it also looks like, just compared to like the perspective of the photo, it kind of looks like a skyscraper. And once again, the 1920s is all big and wild, and you think about New York City and the flappers, and Ricci's obviously a flapper, so I think it like embraces that feeling of the era. And I do love just, she's like, yes, I am here, I have made it, something like that. And yeah, we really enjoyed looking at this photo. We really think it fits the theme well. The background is used pretty well. We will say that maybe the photo depends on the background a little too much, because it's like, if we didn't have the background, would it still be as 1920s? But then again, the point of the challenge is to utilize the background and the props as well, so it might be a little background heavy, but even if you took it away, her outfit looks, you know, 1920s. She would still be able to place her in that era. And I think it's cute. Once again, we do have that flapper look, and I would have loved to see more than just flappers, because, but then again, flappers are a staple of the 1920s, so I'll let it slide just a little bit. So those were our contestants. As you may have noticed, that yet again we are missing another photo, and that is Jason. Jason unfortunately has to be pulled from the competition, or actually he has chosen to leave due to time constraints. But we'll see if he can come back next season, if there's a next season, because we would love to have him around and give him another shot at the title. So he wasn't able to participate this week. But we are actually still going to vote someone off, because we don't want the show to just, like, we don't want a winner to be selected because everyone else left. We want it to be selected based on photographs. So we do have a bottom two for you guys. After much deliberation, and this was a hard decision because everyone's photos are actually pretty great, but we wanted to put up Anakin, because we felt like that even though the photo was put together beautifully, it just doesn't fit the theme. It's just too ambiguous, and we also would have liked to maybe seen a little bit more creativity wise. And then our second person we decided to put up was Natalie. It just, once again, something just kind of fell flat there. We can't quite, we do have trouble exactly putting it into words, which we feel bad about, because we feel like if you're going to make a decision, you should be able to put it into words. But we can all agree that the background was just kind of, was really weak, and we weren't sure how well it fit the theme. Like we said, the only reason you knew it's the 1920s is because of that little flapper feather. If that feather was gone, where would you place it? And it could be anywhere, and the lifelikeliness was a little lacking as well, so we decided to put her up as well. And now it's up to you guys. Once again, if you look down in the description, you'll see two polls, or two links to two polls. The first is for who you think should stay. So of the bottom two contestants, you must decide who stays and who
who stays. So vote for the person you want to stay. Don't vote for the person who you want to go, because that person will end up staying. And then the second poll is for who you think had the best photograph this week. And it's very important to vote in that one, because I keep a tally of all of the votes they get. So when we get to the very final episode, those tallies will help determine who wins in the final round, because I'm not leaving the final round up to public voting, so I'm using the best photo tallies as a way to have the public participate in that decision. And also, whoever wins the best photo for this week will be featured on our Tumblr, which is always a lot of fun. Oh, speaking of which, I forgot to mention that who won best photo from last week, and that was Foxy. Foxy had the best photo for the Zodiac photo shoot, so you'll see her featured on our Tumblr, which is also linked in the description. And that's it, folks. I'll try to get the next episode out in a more timely manner. We might be switching to a 2-week schedule instead of a 1-week schedule in order to accommodate people's, lives a bit more. But, keep watching, keep voting, and look forward to next week because some fun things are happening. All right, guys. Bye.
Buying cat stuff, eating a Cheeto Puff.